Allow me to let you in on a secret. Life is a negotiation. Chris Voss. About 3 years ago, I walked into a car dealership to upgrade my vehicle. After over 4 hours, I left feeling the same way that I do now. I got ripped off. I didn't get any of the discounts I wanted, and in the end, the dealer actually took money off of what they said they would give me for my trade-in. Maybe you've had this experience at a car dealership. Or maybe last time you bought a house, asked for a promotion or a pay raise, or even when you tried to talk to your spouse into going to the restaurant that you wanted for dinner. Chris Voss, a FBI negotiator with 24 years of experience, wrote Never Split the Difference to help you get what you want from these very situations. According to him, negotiations are happening all the time. He defines negotiation as communication with results. So how do you get the results that you want? Let's dive right in. The book starts with the new rules. Effective negotiation starts with effective listening. Doesn't sound flashy, but that's what it all boils down to. People want to be understood, to be accepted, and to feel like they are being heard. You can accomplish all of these things simply by listening intently. Yes, that means putting down your phone. After this video, of course. Next, be a mirror. You know that game that kids play when they think it's hilarious to repeat everything you say back to you? They were actually onto a very effective negotiation strategy. Most people aren't going to spell out every piece of information that you need after your first question. Most of us are too guarded for that. Mirroring is a way to get them to open up and share more. This technique is accomplished by repeating the last 3 words that somebody has just said. For example, maybe you are talking to someone who hates his competitor, and he ends the sentence with, "I hate that guy." To reply, to get more information about why he hates that guy, would be, "Hate that guy?" Once you say the mirror, wait until they respond. Don't say anything more. This can take 4 seconds or more, but in many cases they will expand on their comment. This may sound silly, but in the flow of normal conversation it comes off completely natural. He tells a story where a fellow FBI negotiator was mirroring him for several moments before he even noticed. Next up, labeling. Labeling is a way of putting words to what another person is saying. By doing this, you can validate, acknowledge, and identify how that person feels. By doing this, you establish common ground and make the other person feel like you understand exactly where they are and what they are feeling. Labels will often start with the phrases like, "it seems like," "it sounds like," "it looks like." Once again, after you label something, stop talking and listening. Even if you don't get the label correct, you'll have more information after they explain it further. No is a good thing. Traditional negotiation books teach that you want to get the other person to say yes. The problem is that many people will use counterfeit yeses to avoid confrontation. Voss likes to say, no is the start of the negotiation, not the end of it. Frame your question in a way where getting a no is a good thing. Do you have a few minutes to talk? Is much worse than, is now a bad time to talk? The answer to the second question could be yes, it is a bad time. And you can follow up with establishing a good time, or that they don't want to talk to you at all. If they say something like, no, it's not a bad time, they admit that they can give you their full attention. No also lets them feel like they are in control of the situation. They are not saying yes or agreeing with you, just to get you to go away or to stop talking. The next concept is getting to that's right. If you can get your counterpart to say the 2 magic words, that's right, you are on your way to winning the negotiation. That's right often comes after you've labeled their struggles. You've shown them that you understand them, and this helps to build a foundation of trust. Now let's look at bending their reality. This section of the book talks about getting the other party to feel like they have something to lose if the deal falls through. You want them to want the deal. Voss details 6 steps to do this. Number 1, anchor their emotions. Number 2, let the other guy go first, most of the time. 3, establish a range. 4, pivot to non-monetary terms. 5, use odd numbers. And 6, surprise with a gift. This section of the book talks a lot about using this framework to negotiate a new salary. If you are going to be asking for a raise anytime soon, read this one in detail. On to creating the illusion of control. This section introduces calibrated questions, and the best of all the calibrated questions is, how am I supposed to do that? These questions will help you illuminate the problem that you're facing in a non-confrontational way. They help to bring the person that you're negotiating with to your side. Here are some of Chris's favorite calibrating questions. What about this is important to you? How can I help to make this better for us? How would you like me to proceed? What is it that brought us to this situation? How can we solve this problem? What's the objective? Or what are we trying to accomplish here? And, of course, how am I supposed to do that? Notice that these questions start with how and what. Try not to start your questions with why, because it is generally more of an accusation and doesn't recruit the other person to help solving your problem. The next section, guarantee execution. We talk about the concept that yes is nothing without how. Yes, as we stated earlier, could be a dismissal from your counterpart. How helps guide the conversation to a solution and is a gentle way of saying no. How also helps us force the other side to see how the deal will be implemented. And bargaining is hard is our next step. You will inevitably find yourself in a situation where a negotiation has stalled or that you are far from a resolution. Voss introduces the ACKERMAN model, which is an offer-counteroffer method to break through a deadlock. This 6-step process is as follows. Number 1, set your target price or your goal. Set your first offer at 65% of that price. 3, calculate 3 raises of increments to 85, 95, and 100%. Number 4, use lots of empathy and different ways of saying no to the other side to counter before you increase your offer. 5, when calculating the final amount, use precise, non-round numbers. Number 6, on your final number, throw in a non-monetary item to show that you're at your limit. The final topic the book covers is finding the black swan. Black swans are pieces of information that completely change the dynamic of a negotiation. These are pieces of information that are normally only uncovered with very careful listening skills. Once you find a black swan, you gain a powerful point of leverage that you can use to create a common ground and understanding with the other person, allowing a successful and beneficial ending to the talks. Remember, allow me to let you in on a secret. Life is a negotiation. Never Split the Difference is a battle-tested guide to improving your negotiation skills using methods that have been tested in high-stress environments. It teaches you tactical empathy, which the author describes as emotional intelligence on steroids. Before you go, hit that thumbs up button and click on one of the windows that has popped up to watch more summaries of our favorite books that might just change your life.